I really want to win Iowa. And again, the evangelicals, the Tea Party, we're doing unbelievable. I love the people of Iowa. They have the same values I have, and I want to win it. So we're going to give it our best, okay? And just remember this. Just remember this. You got to remember, in all fairness, to the best of my knowledge, not too many evangelicals come out of Cuba. Okay? Just remember that. Okay? Just remember. In all fairness, here we are. Just remember that, folks.
I got to tell you, I mean, that's my honest to goodness reaction watching that, because I guess if you hold up a Bible, suddenly you're an evangelical. Donald Trump, along with his childhood Bible, were in Iowa last night, taking a not so subtle shot at Ted Cruz or Marco Rubio, I'm not sure which one. As Trump makes a play for Iowa evangelicals, polling finds he's trailing Ted Cruz, whose courtship of the voting bloc would give him a solid base and set him up for what could be a lengthy campaign. For more, let's bring in our panel. Skyping in from New York, it's Betsy McCaughey, former Lieutenant Governor of New York, and joining us from Newsmax Washington, Newsmax chief political columnist John Gizzi. Welcome to you both. All right, so I don't know if you saw the pictures of Trump holding the Bible. He grabbed the Bible a couple of times, and then he said, "See, evangelicals." I guess if you hold the Bible, Betsy, you are in fact an evangelical.
Well, maybe so, but let me make it clear that the real God gap here is not between Trump and the other Republicans.
Okay.
It's between the Republicans and the Democrats, because Hillary Clinton, for example, has put Christians on notice that they have to revise their centuries-old doctrine in order to get with the reproductive rights program that she's pushing. So no matter where you look at these Republicans and the real Bible toting Republicans like Santorum and Huckabee are not doing well in Iowa or any place else.
Right.
But in the big picture, it's the Republicans, and also the Republicans who cleave to their religion and who are loyal to Israel, versus the Democrats who have betrayed Israel and are waging a secularist campaign.
No, I completely agree with you, and I think you make great points. But, John, I want to bring you in here. We know for a fact that in 2008 and 2012, the evangelicals sat on their hands. They didn't go and vote. They didn't believe in Romney, weren't sure about his religion. They didn't believe in John McCain, and they just weren't enthused about who was running. So as much as Betsy's right, the right does have to do something. The GOP has to do something to get these people off their hands and go and vote, right?
Well, I would say that they certainly have to show that they are a welcome part of the Republican coalition. There's a lot of talk among Republican leaders about a big tent, and I believe the problem in the last two election cycles, Joe, has been that many believing Christians do not feel they are welcome in the tent. George W. Bush in 2000 certainly welcomed this particular group and paid attention to them and treated them with respect.
Right.
I think a little lesson from that time would be in order for the Republicans.
Good point. Hillary Clinton appears to be making a play for evangelicals, too. Last night, she broke from President Obama over the plight of the Christians in the Middle East. Take a listen to this.
I am sure now we have enough evidence. What is happening is genocide, deliberately aimed at destroying not only the lives, but wiping out the existence of Christians and other religious minorities in the Middle East in territory controlled by ISIS.
So, Betsy, you're 100% right.
Well, she's talking out of the back of her head.
I agree with you. She's pro-abortion, big-time pro-abortion, pro-gay marriage, yet she's reaching out to Christians. Help me understand.
She's reminded Christians again and again that they've got to get with the program and discard their century-old doctrine about the value of life. So it's not just that she's pro-abortion. She has repudiated their beliefs and put them on notice that they better bake that cake for the gay wedding or they're going to pay a fine.
John, you brought this up in 2000 and 2004. George W. Bush widely grabbed the evangelical vote. Is there one candidate on the right in the 12 or 13 that are left now with Pataki dropping out? Is there one that can galvanize other than a Huckabee who probably doesn't have much of a chance? As far as the frontrunners go, who can grab their attention?
I would say virtually all of the candidates can, by simply adopting a very inclusive and open attitude. Perhaps taking their course of action from Isaiah 1. Come now, let us reason together. But all too often, they'll follow up with action of Isaiah 1:2. Yet if ye refuse and rebel, ye shall be devoured by the sword, for the mouth of the Lord hath spoken. I would say reason together with these groups, and quite frankly, just about any of the Republicans are very appropriate at doing that.
It's
they
a
play
huge,
their proverbial cards right.
Exactly right. It's a huge voting bloc. According to a recent poll by the Associated Press and the NORC Center for Public Affairs Research, Americans place a higher priority on preserving the religious freedom of Christians than other faith groups, ranking Muslims as the least deserving of protections. How will religious freedom, Betsy, factor into this election, as we see already Hillary Clinton trying to jump on the bandwagon?
Well, she's trying to jump on the bandwagon, but she has really divorced herself from religious freedom. When she's talked about gay rights and abortion rights, she shows absolutely no tolerance at all for sincere Christian beliefs. So she's not on that bandwagon at all. She fell off a long time ago.
John, I've got 30 seconds. When it comes to evangelicals, Franklin Graham says he's not a Republican anymore. Can Republicans save this in time?
Yes, definitely. And I would point out that Franklin Graham's father made it clear he was neither Republican nor Democrat. He was a friend of presidents of both parties and politicians of both parties. I think Franklin Graham is just following in his father's honorable footsteps. I don't attach a lot to that.
Betsy McCaughey, John Gizzi, thanks so much. After the break, our next guest takes the mainstream media to task for its anti-business reporting.